This next wine I found out and discovered long before Crunchy Red Fruit started. It is a wine that really just kind of blew my mind with its pure deliciousness. It was kind of like drinking cotton candy, but not quite as sickly sweet. It was just something that was fluffy and pretty and delicious. And so that's what we're gonna open today. This is the 2017 Adroît Volage. This is a wine that will never be made again. It's a one-off. There was only a couple hundred cases ever produced, and Crunchy Red Fruit was able to get some of the very last bit of it in order to share with you guys. So I'm really excited to pop this with you and tell you about it. So let's do it. It's a Pétillant-Naturel, which means naturally sparkling. You'll actually see the caution tape on the top of it, so we got to be really careful when opening this. Some of you may have seen the fail video on Instagram, or at least the screenshot of me having this wine shoot all over the place. That's why we're filming a second video, believe it or not. So here we go. You see what I mean? Open this one over a sink. Okay, now that that's over, you might want to hoover some of it off the table. I wouldn't think less of you if you did. This one's meant to be fun, so the fact that you lose a little bit off the top, honestly, really, you saw a lot of bubbles go out, but really, there's not that much wine that left. After I poured myself almost a full glass, there's only a teeny bit gone from the bottle. So a lot of that's just carbonation and bubbles that blow off as soon as you open it. But look at this color. It's brilliant. It's just got that really light hint of pink ruby. So it's a wine that just automatically screams fun when you pop it in the glass. Let's smell it. A lot of red fruit here. And there's a little bit of Grenache in this wine. And I noticed just that very, very slight hint of pepper and spice and smoke that Grenache gives. Just like every other bottle of this that I've opened, it's pure deliciousness. It's refreshing, it's bright, there's this great sort of candied red fruit quality, very high acid, so it keeps it from tasting too kind of cloying and sweet on your palate, but it does have a little bit of sweetness. And what I love about that is that the sweetness and acidity balance each other out really nicely. Because this wine has bubbles and it's frothy and it's bright like that, it actually makes it a perfect pairing for anything with fluffy texture. So that could be interpreted different ways. You could think of the fluffy texture as something you might find in a soup. So if you're thinking about sundubu, a Korean tofu soup with, you could even add some kimchi into it. That's a killer pairing for this wine. It's lower alcohol and it's just got a touch of sweetness to help cut any hot foods, cut the heat down. If you do a high alcohol wine with a hot food, sometimes the high alcohol will accentuate the heat and make it a little more gross. So I want you to think about that as well. Think about crunchy things to eat with this. So do like some popcorn and sprinkle some sriracha and fresh lime juice over it and a little bit of sea salt and toss it together. It's a perfect pairing for something like this. One of the other pairings I really love with this type of wine is actually chili. Do like a slow braised brisket or chuck roast Texas style chili and use some hot sauce at the very end, finish it off. This is a wine that's not going to get in the way of a complex and spicy, intense dish like that. It's just going to provide a refreshing backdrop to a really intense, deep, spicy dish. So this is the Adroît Volage. Have fun with it. Don't get too serious. Make a mess. Get ridiculous. Open it over the sink. Make sure it's cold before you do. And I hope you really enjoy this one. Cheers.